Yo, Kiana with the 5, thank you.
There are 3 things that happened between September 2022 and today, each more important than the last, that made it all but impossible for Caseoh to not seize stardom. Caseoh went from creating a fresh Twitch account with 0 followers to streaming to 65,000 live viewers with the most wholesome, creative, and supportive community Twitch has ever seen in just 2 years.
Okay, W video so far. I like the, okay.
How can a nobody become a somebody so fast?
Because the reason
I don't know. I don't know.
I tried it again was because that weekend she said, why don't you give streaming another try?
Oh, I remember that weekend. That was a bad weekend.
Just upload some clips, you're funny, see what happens.
The rise of Caseoh.
Mount Everest is underwater.
Why does Why does the face cam quality look so good here? Did it used to be better? We've gone backwards.
Mount Everest is underwater. Buddy, what?
Caseoh is commonly the butt of the joke. He's very rarely seen putting others down, and his most viewed clips are at his own expense.
What'd you just say to me, buddy?
I said, I just hope the beam doesn't break.
Why would it break?
No? Jump, come on.
No. Why would the beam break? Explain. Chat. Dude, am I that large? I still use the same keyboard to this day. That same keyboard from Jack's Eye is still my main keyboard right here. Literally same one. Great keyboard, man. Oh my goodness, there's no way I'm this large.
So why is this important? Well, let's think about a late night conversation. When one person begins to open up, it's met with the same. There's a huge difference between answering these comments with legitimate hatred and being a good sport and even playing into the joke.
Yeah.
One side says, this is no place for imperfections or insecurities, not yours, not mine, no one's. And then walls go up between the streamer and the chat and more division is created. The other
Yeah, okay, you spitting.
says, my walls are down, poke some fun, I don't mind being vulnerable. And after a little time, chatter's walls come down as well, and then a connection is made. This is how the scenarios are created, where I call Caseoh dumb in chat, everyone laughs, but then one of
Caseoh is Caseoh fan and Caseoh fan. Caseoh is dumb, LOL. Bro, you wanna know what's crazy about the word LOL, bro? That term has withstood the test of time, man. Yo, Yara with the 5, thank you. Bro, that little term has withstood the test of time, bro. People still use that all the time to this day, bro. It's crazy, man.
One of my friends calls Caseoh dumb in real life, and I beat him to a pulp.
What?
Because no one talks about Caseoh like that.
Hey, W viewer, man.
If you want to ride a wave, you need to be in a place where waves form. Caseoh's first live stream was to almost 80 people.
Yep. Is this my first one? I think this is my first one.
How is this even possible? People stream every day for years to one viewer and don't see any growth. When Caseoh finally decided to begin streaming, he did not open Twitch. He opened TikTok. 2K was just coming out, and he knew no one would ever be able to find him at the bottom of the queue on Twitch.
Exactly, buddy.
He knew
ain't nobody gonna scroll through all them streams all the way to the bottom and click on one of the ones that's got like 1 or 2. There ain't nobody scrolling. People watch who they want to watch. That's why you can't get found just from streaming, bro. Ain't nobody gonna... Chad, when you pull up Twitch, you already know who you gonna click on, right? 99% of the people that open up Twitch, when they open up Twitch, it ain't like YouTube, bro. The thing with YouTube is, you may know what you're going to click on most of the time, but when you go to YouTube, you can scroll a little bit. I can't tell you how many YouTubers I've been put onto because I'll scroll and see, oh, that video looks cool. Then I wind up watching all their videos. I did that a few years ago with Mr. Ballin. I was bored one day at work. I always listen to true crime stuff in my AirPods when I was working all day. I was sitting there listening to true crime stuff. All of a sudden, it auto-played a Mr. Ballin video. I'm like, who is this? So I started listening to it. I messed with it, and then I watched every Mr. Ballin video after that. You can't do that with streaming, though. Ain't nobody going to scroll all the way down. You know, when it comes to streaming, people watch what they want to watch. It's different. Yo, serve with the 5W serve. Yeah.
And he knew no one would ever be able to find him at the bottom of the queue on Twitch. He knew his time would be better spent on getting discovered.
Yeah.
He jumped right on the wave of 2K, uploaded 3 videos which were funny moments of Case pretending to be streaming.
Chat, which of these 3 videos is the one that that went viral? Well, excluding that. Nope, not the middle one, the right one. The right one. I uploaded 3 videos. The one on the far right is the one that did it. That is the first. That video on the right with 9.4 million views is the whole reason I'm even here right now. That video over there, the inbound the ball video, that one. Yep, so is.
Streaming 2K. TikTok's algorithm, desperate to serve the hungry 2K audience with content, scooped Case up right away, and the next morning he woke up to 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
Caseoh seized the opportunity and went live to catch the wave he had
Bro,
formed.
do y'all want to know how crazy that felt, by the way, bro? That will forever be the craziest, like, couple hours of my life ever. Waking up and seeing 10,000 followers, it's like, yo, what? There ain't no way to describe it, bro. It's like, wait a minute, no way we actually did something. Telling you, man, it's weird, bro. It's crazy. I was ready though, cause bro, once I did that, I started pumping out like 6 TikToks a day, grinding. 6 of them a day. Yeah, I went to my parents' house and showed them. Yep. Because it was different. It's not like you had a video that popped off and it's just like tee hee ha ha funny meme. When it's actually translating into followers, you're like, whoa, hold on now. We got something going on right here. You know what I mean?
From not only 2K, but the huge wave that had formed from TikTok. Over time, he saw his streams start to decline, going from 900 all the way down to 150 viewers.
On a good night.
Case knew he had to switch up his stream.
Yep.
But how do you switch up a stream successfully in a place where there are no waves?
Dude, bro, by the way, bro, I was so, bro, chat. By the way, when it started
all
like
the way
this,
down to 150
and
views.
it went down to this, when I uploaded that Hogwarts video and started streaming Hogwarts, if that wouldn't have worked, I was quitting. The Hogwarts TikToks is the only reason I'm still streaming. If that wouldn't have worked, I was giving it up. I was like, bro, I was at like 900 viewers. Now I can barely pull 150 a night. I'm done. I said, I'm going to give it one more chance with this game right here. And if it pops off, we'll see what happens. And it worked. I was going to quit on everything I love. I was. Yep. Show was. Why did you decrease in viewers? Because that's what happens every time 2K comes out. Every year that 2K comes out, all the 2K streamers have a bunch of viewers. And then like a month later, they gone because nobody messes with 2K no more. Every year, bro. I was like, bro, I got to get up out of here. Cooked.
Viewers. Case knew he had to switch up his stream. But how do you switch up a stream successfully in a place where there are no waves? Case decided to follow the exact same formula that gave him success the first time around.
Same formula.
Hogwarts Legacy had just come out.
There it is.
And a viral Hogwarts Legacy TikTok sent Case a viewer bump of 450. Eventually, he was able to start
You
streaming.
know what's crazy? I don't play this game no more or nothing like that. But as weird as it is to say, this is the most important. I have played thousands of hundreds of thousands of hours maybe of video games and thousands of video games in my life, and I barely touch this one. But
First
what's
time
weird
around,
to say
Hogwarts
is this
Legacy-
is the most important video game I ever played.
Had just come out, and a viral Hogwarts Legacy TikTok sent Case a viewer bump of 450. Eventually, he was able to start stream up, leading with Hogwarts Legacy, which no longer branded Case as a 2K streamer. His narrow lane was now an open field.
Look at Glocks in the chat!
Case as a 2K streamer. His narrow lane
Look at Glocks in the chat. He in here right now. We in here too. We was in the chat back then too. We Glocks. They was all in there back in the day.
was now an open field. The idea of streaming had been in Case's head for 7 years.
True.
He had seen Nadeshot play video games for a living
Oh
and knew
my
he wanted to do the same.
goodness.
He had actually bought equipment in 2015, made a few YouTube videos, but then stopped. Why?
Couldn't get no views. That's why. Well, nobody watching.
Caseoh had the worst internet.
That is
He also
actually my
worked 2
internet.
jobs and lived dreading the next day that he had to go to work. And the culture behind wanting to make a living as a content creator was nowhere near as solidified as it is today. This dream was nothing but looked down on. Not a single thing was going right for Case. For 7 years, the equipment sat. Case continued to
Sat there, sorry for the pause, but he's right. That Elgato and that mic and that face cam sat there for 7 years collecting dust till I blew the dust off of it one day, plugged that thing in. Sitting on the shelf collecting dust for 7 years. Brushed the dust off of it. I said, here we go. Still use it too.
deal with life, family obligations, financial burdens, and bad internet. Even one day at the dollar store, his card declined. He ran out of the store shamed. His mom had heard him complain about work repeatedly, day after day, week after week, and taking a car ride with him, September of 2022,
Yeah.
told him to give streaming
Hey, W mom.
another try. He had the equipment, he just had to start stream.
Yep.
Well, the reason that I gave it another shot again in general was because of my mom.
It only takes
Yep.
one
W
person
mom.
to see you, know you, and push you to take that extra step.
W mom.
If that day Caseoh had ignored his mom, shrugged it off, rejected her idea, he
Yeah.
would still be a nobody.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
the mere success of Caseoh proves this isn't true. His explosive growth, his humbleness.
Dude, every time I wear a hoodie and I watch a video of me in it, it just so happens to be that I have the same hoodie on in that video, and it makes it look like I wear the same hoodie every day. And that's just not the case.
And kindness remaining consistent despite of his success, and the pain points he endured for years, similar to our own, proves. Whether you have 2 fans
Man,
or
W
6.3
video.
million, every so-called nobody has always been a somebody.
Yo, W video, bro. That was good.